Hey everybody, good morning. Mestre coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, December 31st, 2020. I just wanted to tell you guys, I know everything about everything. And at the same time, I don't know anything. I made this video in Portuguese a few days ago, and I thought I'd follow it up with an English version of this, as some people asked me to talk about what I did in the Portuguese video. So, I know everything, but I don't know anything. I've told this story many times about how a lot of times we say we know everything and we let our ego guide us so that we don't feel smaller in life. We don't feel incapable or powerless. So, for example, in Capoeira, many people know something that's always commented, and this is my opinion, I'm just putting it out there, but a lot of times I feel people don't say anything. And without critical discussion, I don't feel we're going to be able to change anything. I'm not saying this is everybody's opinion or everybody's situation, but it's just something I wanted to reflect on. So I know everything about everything. So when I was in junior college way back when, I took a class called World Religions, and it was talking about all the different ways of thinking. And one of the classes talks about how we perceive things and how we wear rosy glasses. And it made me think a lot about something, an old story. I'm not sure if it was Pluto or it was, no, it was not Pluto. I'm going to tell you guys two stories. One was Pluto and one was Socrates. I'll start with Socrates because he's a predecessor of Pluto. So Socrates goes to the fisherman. The fisherman's a really good fisherman. Every day he brings in a lot of fishes. He's really good at tying nets, at fishing, everything. And the fisherman, because he's so good at one specific thing, thinks that he knows about everything, right? Bear with me until I get to the point. Then he goes to the potter, and the potter's really good at making exquisite pottery and just amazing talent, and he's a master potter. And same situation, because he's so good at one specific thing, he thinks he knows everything. Now, modern day, let's talk about capoeira teachers or MMA teachers or yoga teachers or whatever, any kind of teacher. And because they're so good at one subject, a lot of times they think they know about every subject. Just because you're an incredibly good capoeira player doesn't mean you have any notion on how to be a good person, okay? Just because you're an amazing master at playing music and everything doesn't mean you should be giving life advice, right? And I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying we need to be careful because actually we don't know everything. Because what we know in our specific field doesn't make us expert at life. What makes us experts at life is getting beyond what we believe we know and analyzing around and realizing, you know what? We don't know anything. The second story about Pluto. So there's this cave, right? And in the cave, there's a fire behind, and it's philosophical, so bear with me. They have some people sitting down, and they're looking up at the cave wall, and all they see their whole life are like silhouettes of puppets. For them, that's reality. For them, that's real. But actually, it's just an illusion of what's going on behind them, right? One day, one of the young guys or one of the young people turns around and sees the fire, sees the puppeteers, and realizes, wait a minute, everything I thought up to this point was a lie. Or not even a lie, a different perception. He became more aware. Then he gets up and he realizes, like, now, this is reality. But what he does is he realizes, like, he walks outside the cave and for the first time sees the sky, sees the trees, the flowers, all those images that were just silhouettes, which he held on to as real, turned out they weren't. So, as we grow and we constantly learn, we need to realize that we don't know anything. Just because I'm a Mestre of Capoeira doesn't make me a professional psychologist. And I've told that to people, because many times people come and they want to discuss different parts of their life. And I said, look, I can only give you my opinion on how I would react, how my experience has shaped me. I don't tell people what's right and wrong, but I know what's right and wrong for me. Sometimes I've been criticized for being pretty, hard knocks, and like I've cut people just out of my life and drama entails because people have even said, oh my God, you cut him on Facebook, or you cut that person on Facebook. Why not? What's the big deal? So as we realize that we think we know everything, and then we end up realizing we don't know anything, and that life is just a process. In 2020, a lot of people have been giving a lot of information, and I know a lot of good friends who I love a lot, but they think Facebook is a news source. The different levels of awareness. I'm not saying I'm completely aware. I'm not saying I know more than everybody else. All I'm saying is I realize, I might know a lot about certain things, but I'm not an expert at everything. Also, realize that the more I learned, the less I knew. All we can do is move forward and do our best, right? Try not to hurt other people, try to be a good person, and do the best you can. Lots of love, lots of peace, lots of capoeira. Mestre Sukuri. If you like what we're doing, we have a Patreon page, and we're having a great time over there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'm really loving any comments that come onto the YouTube for Mestre Vibes. Lots of ashe. Happy New Year's.